the song. I'm stuck with the man in the mirror. I'm asking him to change his ways.
Yeah, I don't know that song.
I am just tired.
We are all tired.
Welcome to the BJCKDs podcast. So we have B for Blake. We don't have a J for Joey. We've got a C for Chris, a K for Kai, no D for Daniel, or Lewis for Spencer, and we have our we don't have a T.
We have our mark.
We have half our trademark.
We don't have we
have
don't
the
have
mark,
our trade.
We don't have agent trade, but we have agent Mark.
We have the mark, which is named Mitch.
Everyone's gonna confuse your name with Mark now.
Yeah. You're back in the fedora, Blake.
Yes. I switch between the three hats.
I've never seen you in anything
I'm just
but a
imagining
fedora.
your personality changing every time you switch hats. It's like
I wish I could, but I can't.
I am Fedora Blake.
But you've seen him in the pork pie.
Greetings, I am evil Blake.
That would be the pork pie.
Yeah, you channel your.
You want to build a meth lab?
Yeah.
This is like Fedora is normal Blake, then you've got evil Blake, and then you've got like chirpy Blake. So it's like I'm Blake. Or
I need a
like
chirpy
that.
hat now.
What would a chirpy hat be?
I
in
have
that
no
respect?
clue.
You have to talk in like a
bowler
really
hat.
high, squeaky voice.
Okay.
Oh, yeah,
that
bowler
would
hat.
round it out. He's Speedwagon. He just becomes.
Yeah, I just become Speedwagon.
It'd be like
top
this.
hat.
The god dear husband.
I do need a top hat. Good evening, sir.
So fedora, pork pie, and bowler. Like that would be
bowler or top hat. I need one of the
bowler.
other. Okay.
Bowler's more casual for you, I think for you.
Either way, it's going to cost me heaps because that pork pie hat cost me what, $50?
Jeez.
So if you get a bowler, you need
the
to
hats are not cheap.
put like a steel rim around it so you can throw it at people and slice their heads clean.
I'll
just have it as an attachment.
So none of you guys have exams, do you? Right now, like great.
No,
Nope.
I don't
You
have
lucky
exams at all.
sods.
You do.
I just have assignments to hand in,
3 done.
which I already did
one
like
left,
many weeks ago.
and 1 assessment to go. I can't wait for next Thursday.
I can't wait for next Tuesday.
I can't wait for life. I'm just tired, man. Like, okay, it really bothers me. Like, okay, Melbourne's just going through the spring racing carnival right now, so a lot of horse racing.
It really bothers me. I don't like.
I'm not a big fan of it.
I don't follow it.
No, do you know what bothered me about it was now that my exams are held out near a train stop. I'm not going to say which one. Not going to say where it is. It's just a very special train spot in Melbourne. And they only run trains there on special occasions. It's also near the Flemington Raceway.
So
Since it coincides, they didn't have trains today to take people to the exam. It had to all be trams. And those things
packed.
were not even just usual packed, like sardine can packed.
Like
Wait, so
India packed.
Not India
So
packed.
whoever's
You
editing
didn't
this,
have people sitting on
Can
the
you just
outside
put
of
a
the
little
tram.
picture on the screen?
Oh
of,
yeah,
like,
I've got a picture
a
of this.
sardine with Chris's face just like.
I'll do you one better. I took a photo of this. I took a photo of it. Just
Replace everyone with sardines.
it got. If you've got the Photoshop skills, go ahead. Essentially, what happened was it happens, and I've got this mate of mine who didn't have anywhere to hold on while the train was moving, so he was holding onto my bag as we were going. So, like, as we're stopping, I've just got like a dragging force on my back shoulder as this is going.
Come back into the depths, Chris.
Yeah, pretty much. And then, like, it's more, to make it even worse, you have this point where, like, there's, like, you're further down the line and people are trying to get on. I'm just looking, and there's this one guy in particular who tried to get on. I was just looking, going, mate, come on. He got on, but it was just like, come on, you're just making this worse.
But think about it. He also had to get to work or to exams or races or wherever the destination in which he was going to from the tram.
No, I'm not arguing that. I know I'm being a bit of a dick about this, but it's just the come on. I just
Realize that there's not enough room and wait.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. Like, I'm very glad I'm not claustrophobic. I'm just exhausted.
Well, at least it's still not as cramped as the trains in Japan.
There is that too.
Yeah, that is. Like,
wouldn't know that.
Melbourne's transport is actually relatively okay compared to that.
What do you guys think of Melbourne's public transport? Like, I've kind of...
Everything but the bus system is amazing for me.
The
Fuck the bus
trains
system.
are a bit screwed.
we'll argue the degree the trains are a bit screwed. So, but like, how fucked up the buses?
Well, they get packed
You don't want to
quickly.
know.
I don't want to know. I've
You
been
don't
on
wanna
buses
know.
a couple
If
times.
the trains are out of action,
Replacement
the
bus
buses,
service.
while they are the replacement service, they get packed quickly, and it gets annoying.
Okay,
the
but
closest I've got to a packed-
that kind of comes with the territory.
Like Hot Springs packed.
But okay,
Also,
so
it's worst. It's better to share the train with school children than it is to share the bus with school children.
Oh Christ! Yes.
Yeah.
okay, so South Marine recently got a bus upgrade, and I'm loving it. But before then, that thing was a nightmare. Buses would either come like 10 minutes early or 20 minutes late.
Oh yeah, actually that happens in Greensboro as well.
And all the time they were packed. This is during like just off peak hours. If it was like midday, you'd be perfectly fine. But like just going off peak hours, worst thing in the world. I just hate buses.
The buses are fine, but the
Which
bus
I'm
timetables are shit.
I'm so glad they upgraded the timetable system and added more buses and all that in my area because it has made the problem so much.
That's
so
that's
more
mainly the
dealable.
reason why I decided it was worth learning to drive.
It's still shit, but
So most of you.
I
I'm fine with
can't wait for getting Spencer on this podcast just to hear him rant at me over the fact I've got my P's. ACT has an easier time getting their P's than Victoria does. I will definitely not argue that.
So
I have maybe 50, 60 hours tops, and all my friends hate me for it.
most of you should know by now that when I go back home, I have to take a V line. When I go back to my
Yeah,
parents'
I know, yeah.
house.
That V-line's fun, isn't it?
The V line is an interesting experience. So
Yeah.
when it's
Yeah.
up, this is assuming it's up. Half the time it's not, and you have to take a bus, which is a horrible experience in and of it itself.
Yeah, I know, I Bansdale line, mate.
Yeah. But when it is up, normally you're fine. If you're going in the winter, you're fine. But if you go in the summer,
Oh,
it goes
God,
at a speed
mercy.
of 5 kilometers an hour because it can't go too fast on the tracks.
Yep.
They will break down because the sun is too hot, and for God knows what reason, the metal or something melts. I don't know.
it bends.
Warps, yeah.
Yeah.
No. The trains themselves just break down
Oh.
because the
No,
sun
no.
is too hot.
Heat warping,
Oh.
yeah. Heat warping the wheels, yeah, I can see that.
What did they make them out of? Like silly putty?
Does the air conditioning even work in those things?
Yes, it
Yeah,
does.
no. Depends on the day.
Okay.
And depending on what time you take a train on those lines, you get some very interesting characters.
Yeah, like. So you're not allowed to drink alcohol on the train, right? Like open
Bull-
alcohol.
Bullshit.
Legally.
Bullshit.
You're not allowed to drink alcohol on
But
the
people
train.
will still sneak it in.
Oh yeah, most certainly.
The amount of times the train is being delayed because of police-related incidents.
Oh god damn!
Yep.
I'm glad I've only ever been on the V line once.
Yeah, this might just
I
be
got
worse
an
for
Aubrey
some
on
lines.
sometimes. but very
Aubrey's
rarely.
not. I don't think the Aubrey line's that bad. I've gone on that line a couple times to go up to Canberra, but it's just longer.
Yeah.
Like,
On that note, whatever you do not take the V line on New Year's Eve. Did that once.
That probably would have been a bad idea.
wait. What
Bad idea.
happened?
Right, so the trip up there was early New Year's Eve, right?
Yeah.
And the trip back was like 6 next morning. But anyway.
Oh, okay. 6 next morning. That's gonna be worse, wouldn't it?
No, it was actually
No,
much,
actually,
much better.
no.
On the trip back, everyone was asleep.
Yeah.
It was like 6 in the morning, and just the entire train was just sleeping people, which was great. But the trip up there, so technically you're not allowed to open alcohol, right?
But
I'd
it's
say
New
about
Year's Eve.
half the train had open alcohol.
Oh,
We stopped about
okay.
5 times so the police could remove intoxicated people from the train.
Oh dear.
2 of those times, the police had to physically remove them after the intoxicated person attempted to remove the police from the train.
Nice.
And, like, there were some cars you just didn't even want to go into because there's 4, but
There's
there was,
also
like,
vomit.
yeah, there was a lot of vomit.
Vomit.
Jesus.
Which is why you pay it.
Yeah.
Which is why you pay a full ticket in advance to go into the quiet train.
No, that doesn't
that's
matter.
that worse.
It doesn't
matter.
matter.
Doesn't
It
make
It
doesn't
doesn't
matter.
matter.
Oh fuck.
It really just doesn't matter. Like
Jesus.
the quiet cabin doesn't mean shit.
Okay.
It's slightly less loud, that's about it.
What bothers me about those trains with the quiet section, like the actual automatic, is they don't have food. There's no food section on those newer trains.
Yeah, there isn't.
Like that bothers me. Like, that's why I'm kind of like the older ones are not as good, but at least you can get something to eat. Especially when, like, in my instance, I might be going around 3 hours, and I might need some water or some food or something just to, not, have that experience. So yeah, there's always that. Just.
You know what? I think it's time we broke Blake.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna
So
try.
this is gonna happen on the podcast.
I'm gonna try. Yeah, no, this was gonna happen on the podcast. Now, this is a video that I'd heard about. This is a video I think I'd seen before. It recently came up, and this is not okay. This is not a G-rated video.
Grapefruit.
Wait for it.
An SFW warning.
So,
Grapefruit technique. It's
Okay.
Called,
Okay. Now, you guys, I just need to see this because
before we start, so I was watching Monty Python last night, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I was watching on YouTube, and I was watching Monty Python's The Flying Circus.
Yeah.
okay.
And as soon as I saw the name of the video, it just reminded me of the there's a scene in it where the instructor is teaching them how to defend themselves against fruits.
Oh yeah, that one.
I've not seen that much. I need to see more Monty Python. But I
When
haven't
an
seen it.
assailant comes at you with a pineapple,
I remember that. I
you
remember
shoot
that
them
well.
with your gun.
So
And then he
this is the
proceeds to shoot
American.
the guy with the gun.
So this is an American version, isn't it?
No,
No, is this Monty Python?
This is Monty Python.
Okay then.
Then he
Yeah.
drops a 16-ton weight on the next guy and releases a tiger against the last two. Because they were attacking him with raspberries, I believe it was.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay.
Anyway.
You need to see that. You
Oh,
guys need to see
Christ.
this.
Bonus technique, the grapefruit. Normally you can only get this technique in one of my classes, but I wanted to share this with you because I believe every man should get grapefruit.
Also, shout out to
When you
Kind of
grapefruit
Funny
your
for
man,
showing
it's
for
gonna feel
getting me
like
to see
you're
this video.
giving him head and fucking him at the same time. No better feeling would he ever get than being grapefruited. So what you need to do is you need to, of course, have a grapefruit. You want to make sure you get the ruby red. It's sweeter. It's easier. If you are allergic to grapefruit or can't use a grapefruit for your medication, you can always use a large navel orange. Now, what you want to do is make sure the grapefruit is room temperature. All you have to do is put it in warm water. Do not microwave it. Do not boil it. Then, once it gets to that temperature, all you need to do is roll it. The reason why you want to roll it is because you want to juice it up a little bit. The juicier, the better. Then what you're going to do is you're going to find the navel. There's two navels to the grapefruit. Once you do that, you're going to place it on the plate, and the navel's on the outside. You want to take a knife, and you actually want to cut one side of that navel off. Now, all of this that you're doing, he will not see any of this preparation because I'm going to tell you that a little bit later. It's a trick. Then what you're going to do is you're going to take it to the other side and do the same thing.
Oh god.
So
You know when you get those
grapefruit that has
preemptive
two
laughs?
sides missing just
Like,
right.
you
Yeah.
know you're gonna get to that
Yeah.
point where you're gonna get fucking done.
Put a hole in the middle of the grapefruit, approximately the size of your man's penis. Do not make it too big. Do not make it too tight. Just approximate. Then what you
Okay.
want to do is you're going to take the knife midway down and make sure it goes all the way through. All you want to do is make a nice hole in the middle.
I
of the
don't think you
grapefruit.
do. I really don't.
Let's see.
Like, I see that this is
Now,
going to
if you
go
take
in a
it and
direction,
make it
but
too
I
big,
don't know
that's
what that
okay. You
direction
can always
is.
squeeze your hands
All I know is that
like
it's
the
not the
muscles of your
direction
vagina.
that it should be.
And if you make it too tight,
Sort
all you
of.
have to do is take your finger and push the flesh back. It's just
Like,
grapefruit.
you know those preemptive
Now,
laughs
if
and preemptive
grapefruit
smiles?
your
I just got a
man,
shit
he
poker
has to be
face.
blindfolded.
Yeah.
There's no ands, ifs, buts about it. Why? If you came to the bedroom with a grapefruit, what is your man gonna say? What are you gonna do with that? Is it gonna burn and all that other thing? So you don't want any of that. So this is what you do. Say, baby, you know what? Tonight I want to do something a little freakier. I want to suck your dick blindfolded. Your man will blindfold himself if he knows he's gonna get some head. So now your man is in the bed.
Wait.
You have the grapefruit already prepared under the bed. He smells the citrus in the air. He thinks you have on some new Victoria's Secrets or something. He has no idea. And what you're going to do is be a woman of your word. Now, you have to get his penis erect. So what you're going to do is just suck his dick, just like you said you were going to do.
What kind of sound is that?
Nice and erect. What you're going to do is replace the grapefruit from your mouth.
Really? You're none of this.
Down on his shaft and suck the head at the same time.
What the fuck? Really?
Right then.
That's just no.
Okay.
I don't even
So
want to begin
Where
to see
did
how
you
pointless
yeah,
that
find
is.
this?
There's a podcast I watched. They were reacting to it as terror.
Oh, okay.
I honestly thought that would break you.
No.
I honestly did.
No.
I'm just confused
A lot.
now.
Yeah.
I'm
yeah,
confused
just
as fuck.
What's
Yeah,
the
no.
point of that?
Yeah, sex jokes don't normally break me.
God damn it!
I
No,
think
what breaks him is telling him that the new Pokemon looks like a furry.
Yeah, no, that does.
No. That pisses him off. Breaks him. There's a different type of break
Yeah,
I've
that's a
seen.
different kind of break.
There's a break I've
It's
seen
different
that
kind of
I've
break.
seen
I know.
before.
It's
that
been
I...
on the podcast before.
No, it hasn't.
No, it hasn't. It was not on the podcast.
It has not been seen on
Well,
the
it was
podcast.
before the podcast, but you're still laughing through the podcast.
No. That has not
No.
happened. No, this
I'm
is
sure it happened this
There is
time.
not a
no.
hint.
There's only one time I've seen this happen.
I wanna hear
Yeah,
this.
he's only seen it once.
Okay, it was myself, Blake, and Daniel. We were all hanging out. We were just watching some videos. It was a game. There was a game review video, and it was a game review video by the Escapists. It was Zero Punctuation.
Okay.
Yeah.
And no. That's not even the best bit. Was as I was setting up this video, I accidentally skipped forward. And the minute I skip forward, it's to an immediate and random fart joke. Just a random... no. Just random fart noise. And when that happens, like, he's reacting now even
Yeah, I
preemptively.
know. Just remembering
Just
it. Oh my
saying that,
fucking god.
Blake just broke. Like, he completely just laughing, and he was laughing uncontrollably, undeniably.
To the
could
point.
not get composure for
Yeah.
10 to 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Nice.
I could not breathe.
I want to find
So,
like that. That
It
might
has
be.
been proven fart jokes are effective.
But like I need.
It was just the
Delivery.
perfect comedic
It will
timing.
be my quest to find the video that breaks you. I want to see if I can be done.
This is just gonna be like, make this once every podcast. You just have to find a video.
No, actually, I'm gonna take a second attempt here.
Okay, second attempt.
Yeah.
Second attempt.
This is not a.
Wait, find the search.
There is
Monty Python, the
two
Flying
Game Grumps
Circus.
videos that have broken me though.
Oh, okay. No, because I can't. It needs to be original. Like, it needs to be something I need to break you.
Okay.
Yeah, do the Monty Python, the like defending.
No, because that's
No,
But
because
he already
I've watched
knows
most
it.
of Monty Python.
He's not gonna break
Have
Yeah.
for
you
it
seen
because
Flying Circus?
he already
Yes.
just
Alright.
mentioned he knows it.
Have you seen
And
all
now
of
for
them?
now for something completely different.
Okay, so this is a. Okay, you guys know the comedian Jimmy Carr by any stretch of the imagination?
Yes. I
Okay,
do.
Nope.
he's a British comedian who, like, you know, does. He's very gentlemanly while being very crass in his humor. He also is a monster when it comes to destroying hecklers.
Okay.
Okay, I need to show you this, because this is the best slam I've ever seen.
Almost got me
When
with
does
that
the
last one.
comedy start? It's a classic. It's a classic act, all right? What's your name, sir? Mike Shoerack. You're called Rack. Where are you, Rack? Up there or down there? Loving your work, Rack. It's one of those things. If you don't think the comedy started, you're right. And if you think that comedy has died, you're right. Because it's a very individual thing, isn't it? And if the show's not for you, it's not for
Okay.
you. I feel bad. You've paid all this money to come and see me, and you don't think it's funny. You've had a disaster. But I suppose, Rack, you have learned a valuable lesson. You've learned life's not fair. You pay for your money, you take your chance. Sometimes it's a good show, sometimes it's not for you. But I'll give you another example, Rack, so you haven't had a wasted evening. At least you've learned something. Another example of how unfair, Rack, our society is. Let's say if a man, you're right, sir, let's say if a man sleeps with loads and loads of women. What is he? He's a stud, he's a player, he's admired in our society. That isn't an opinion, that's fact. If a guy sleeps with loads of women, he's a player, he's a stud, he's admired. But if a woman sleeps with loads and loads of men, she's called Rack's mum.
That's good.
Oh, well played. Well played.
It's all right for me to say that because Rack's mum's not going to be here, is she? Saturday night, you're having a laugh. It's her busiest evening. She does a special 2 for 1. This sort of stage on a Saturday night, imagine Rack's mum looks like a plasterer's radio.
Covered in plaster.
Jesus.
Okay.
Okay, okay. I'm getting closer. I'm getting warmer. Like, that didn't break you, but you were.
Like that was good jokes. Yes.
Yeah.
But like how I'm broken is by something that is so out of this world random that I just find the concept funny.
I will get there. They're like,
Pineapples.
No.
pineapple pen.
Pineapple Pen just annoys the fuck out of me.
Okay, no, that is my goal at this point. I will break you. I am like Ivan Drago in Rocky 4. I have not seen that movie, but I do know
I
the quote.
will
I
break
can
you.
pretty much
I
say
will
all the,
break you.
I can pretty much say all the things that have broken me that have been media related. First one was an episode of Blackadder.
That's gay. Rowan Atkins is amazing.
Because he put a giant turnip on top of one of the characters' heads.
Okay.
That got me for a long time. There was 2 Game Grumps episodes. One of them was not really the video itself, but rather Daniel repeating it.
Daniel.
Yeah, Daniel repeating it.
Oh, okay.
So the first one was the Yoda jokes.
I have not.
Bad Yoda jokes. That video is amazing. Amazingly terrible.
Okay.
And the other one was the Sith. I can't remember what the Sith Lord's name is. Palpatine, when he's doing do it, and variations of that.
Oh yeah, that got me a long time.
I actually have something that might work based on that. We'll do it after the podcast because we've gone on this for a while. But I will break you, Blake.
Well, good luck.
I promise you this. Yeah.
The problem is now I'm going to be expecting it, and that's the main problem with breaking it.
No, like, I don't care. I will try. I will show you shit, and we'll see what happens.
Anyway.
We'll get to that in later on, but now...
Oh, God. Actually, we'd like actually have a theme song for that, you know. Ba-da-da-da-da, break, Blake. Oh, God. Like, actually, if any of you guys out there that watch this have an idea, please send it in. Please, I want him laughing.
The problem is I look at the comments.
Like, comment, subscribe. Off.
You never know. I have my ways.
I have my ways.
We will.
5 hours later, Blake's like chained to a wall, just laughing his head off. He's completely insane.
No.
Here comes the new
And
Joker.
I'm just saying.
5 hours later, you're stuck in
found
the
the
corner
Cthulhu
in a
of
dark
comedy.
room, just continually writing down notes, trying to find what breaks Blake, and you haven't found it yet.
It's like finding the
like
Cthulhu
just
of
like in a
comedy.
dominatrix stand. So, like just with a video with a TV monitor in front.
No, he's
Like-
somewhere else, and he's almost given up. That's what's gonna happen to you 5 hours later.
I'm not gonna bother.
Oh God. So
So the goal is to find the Cthulhu of comedy.
pretty much.
So,
Okay, what?
I had this bad habit I've been doing recently. So I play a lot of Bastion.
Yeah, Overwatch.
Okay, Overwatch.
And I don't know where I heard this, but it's been stuck in my head forever, and I've just started saying it for no apparent reason, but apologize for swearing. I've just got this habit of while playing Bastion, I'm going beep boop motherfucker.
No, that sounds like a thing anyone would do.
That's perfectly
That
fine.
sounds like that's Bastion played by Samuel L. Jackson.
Yeah, but like I swear I've heard that somewhere before. But I
Probably
can't put my
have.
finger on it where.
To be fair, I've said it before.
No, but like in the terms of like someone saying that to a robot before they shoot them kind of thing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
so
like
it's
that.
Motherfucker.
Yeah, like a one-liner.
Yeah, so like, hasta la vista, baby. Sort of
Yeah,
thing,
kind of.
Or
But
you
I can't
pay,
remember where
motherfucker.
I saw it.
Did you
It's been bugging the hell out of me.
Did you guys see the Overwatch video, like the
The
Overwatch
Overwatch
World
video.
Cup, the Overwatch World Cup,
No.
Australia versus South Korea?
Sorry.
You mean 107 to 7?
Yeah.
Prank call.
Prank
Prank
call.
call or marketing? I don't know.
Yeah.
And the whole
We lost. How many? It was one elimination in the whole thing, wasn't it?
7 to 106 or something like that. We got 7 eliminations.
And
for
5 of
Australia.
those were in a final play.
Yeah. Final push.
We got fucking
Smash.
Dude,
decimated.
they just started playing with us. In the second round, they nano boosted to Symmetra.
Yeah. They nano boosted the character that Blizzard has gone, okay, we need to fix this one.
Yeah.
Like,
They
no,
nano
no, no,
boosted to Symmetra and played Torbjorn. And still won.
they were mocking us.
Damn it, Muzok!
I don't know enough about like pro Overwatch. I just watched that match.
I know enough
and
about
knew they
Muzok
were
to know
out.
that he was not going to win against him.
He knew.
Yeah.
Was okay. Let's be honest. Was anyone gonna win against South Korea?
Probably not.
I would.
Okay, at least
Say
do you
otherwise.
think I've put up a better fight than that?
Yeah, possibly a little
We
better.
probably could have if it wasn't Muzok.
To be fair,
Like,
the
okay, so-
commentators did say,
Yeah.
well, at least they're here to have fun.
That's
that's
sad.
about right.
That's depressing. When
I
it's the-
wouldn't have
when
been
it's
surprised
the
if like
participation
Muzok
trophy.
suddenly went and did a sexy jump grad strategy in the middle of the match. just to get, just to like, yep, no, time to give up. I'm just gonna do sexy Junkrat.
Yeah, actually, there's a video in that regards of a bunch of, you guys have probably all seen it, a bunch of roadhogs dragging a Mercy up to a bedroom with
I saw
just
that one.
Junkrat on the bed.
Oh god.
That was amazing.
Oh god, the creativity some of these people have, like, when did like a weird fucked up shit like that like start happening?
Oh, since the
as
game
soon
came
as
out
the
because
game
of
was launched,
yeah,
yeah.
because
Like, did they
TF2.
start? Did that
This
start-
happens all the time in TF2.
No, but I mean,
Yeah.
when did shipping like that start happening? Like,
Oh, shipping?
yeah.
Before the game was out.
Yeah.
Oh, for fuck's
Yeah.
sake.
Like, porn was made before the game was out.
That is
Yeah.
true. Actually,
Yeah.
and Blizzard started taking it down, which is definitely their
But yeah.
their prerogative.
The shipping started as soon as the characters were announced. To be
Yeah.
perfectly honest.
Yeah, god damn it.
First trailer video, there was already shipping. So
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's already gender bent art by that point as well.
was already gender bent up by the
I
time
don't
the
like
game was out,
thinking
yes.
of it. I
Yeah.
shouldn't have thought about that. None of that is getting edited in. None of it. None of it.
Well, at least you'll save you
There
a
is
few
really
minutes.
nice gender bent art of Junkrat.
I don't give a shit. I'm
actually
not
seen
searching
yet.
that up.
No,
don't
it's nothing bad. It's just a female Junkrat.
Yeah.
Okay, okay, but
That's
like,
what gender bending means.
even
Exactly.
so,
It's just a male or female version of the
Yeah.
character.
Yeah, exactly.
They're not like in compromised position and stuff. They're just drawn as a female variant. They're still in like all their clothing and all their gear and
That
everything.
happens for like
Still
every
not looking it
character
up.
ever made.
actually, considering
No,
Junkrat's bare-chested.
No, she isn't bare chested.
Okay.
It's actually really good art. But beside that point,
Anyway.
Yeah, I had one of the worst Overwatch games I've ever had. This, like, just in the part today. Jeez, just like there was essentially a match where, if anyone knows how like competitive gaming is played, it was in a competitive match, and two guys dropped out, one after the other, and we had to play essentially a second round like that. I gave up. Like, we didn't like, it was a push the payload map. We didn't even get to the payload. We didn't get close.
yeah, on Icon World you need all 6 people to push to that first point.
Yeah, we had 4. They were just teasing us by the end. Like, there's nothing you can do about that, and it was just nasty. There was a Tracer that just really pissed me off. Tracer really has a habit of doing that, doesn't she?
I've never really had that problem because
Yeah.
most of the heroes I play are either Bastion, and I never have a problem with Tracer as Bastion.
Yeah.
Then the second most played hero I have is Devo, and once again, not much of a problem there.
I've had a bit of a problem in that regards.
You hit her with 2 shotgun shots and she dies from close range.
I'm a shit aim.
Okay.
Look, actually, I think
don't have-
apparently Joey's been a bit of a pain in the ass for as a Tracer.
Oh, Joey
Holy
had a lot of fun as a
shit.
Tracer.
I don't have-
So this happened. What was it?
Okay.
Saturday, wasn't it? He randomly, like, you two were in a competition or something like that, weren't you?
Yeah, we've been in a competition for a while, and he's currently crushing me in that. I'm
Well,
close.
he was crushing you
I'm
until
60. I think I'm 62 at the
No,
moment.
but like just on Saturday alone, he like you hear a message of what was it, like 31? It was I take your 31 and raise you 77. 77 eliminations in 3 games. Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
Well, 3 rounds.
3 rounds
Game.
doesn't fucking matter.
Actually, it was 5 rounds was competitive, but yeah, 3-2, as in like they went 3.
Okay, that makes more sense.
That makes more sense. I
Still a
guess.
case of what?
Yeah, the closest I got
get
was 60.
31 at best. As a trader, I've never played a trader. I don't play Tracer, but like, oh god, just
Tracer's, it's a lot easier with Tracer because
she's a pain in the ass.
Well, she can blink all over the map really quickly, which means she can always get to where the fight is before
And
the fight ends.
her bullets are hit scan weapons, so it's
Yeah.
easier to just like pick off a person
Yeah,
rather than like have a projectile travel through the air and hit the opponent.
like cancer.
Yeah.
Or Torbjorn.
We're not going to release this footage, but because of the clusterfuck that was trying to record that Overwatch.
Well,
'Cause-
at least we learn for next time.
yeah, let's see.
I'll probably release my footage, even though like my audio is terrible.
Moral of the story: we need to figure out a way to have Discord separate in a gameplay audio.
Yeah.
The other thing to learn from that story is don't fucking record on Facebook Live.
Yeah.
What
Joey.
the fuck? I'm the editor for at least some of the Let's Play stuff we do.
Yeah.
Thing is, he does that all the time because he posts stuff to his Twitch.
Yeah.
No. He does it on Facebook because he couldn't record on his base computer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was just terrible. And because there were some good moments there, especially the one where I keep saying you got executed. it wasn't even game. You just got executed on the ground. Yeah, because don't you remember? So it was so essentially what happened was, and I'll just cut footage into this, where I'm walking up to, it was in the skirmish. We were in Nubani. We walk up to the map. We walk up on the map. We walk to the enemy spawn, which is the attack spawn, and a Bastion walks out and just sits there. Now, there's two ways you can go about a skirmish. You can just fight and just have a little team deathmatch with no consequences, or as I like to try and do, you can try and promote friendship.
Nope.
Some people it works for some people. Sometimes it works for some, not others. You just go over there. I always ask friendship, hi, and wave. Hopefully that works. It sometimes does 50-50.
Usually it either goes they wave back or they charge you and pin you to a wall and turn your insides into small creamy paste.
So what happened? It wasn't exactly like
with
that.
a rocket hammer.
Yeah. What happened in this case was we get to the spawn, we say hi, a couple of them are nice. Some of them aren't, but a couple of them are nice. And this Bastion walks out. Now, Bastions can usually kill from afar. This Bastion got up close, was like waving hi, being all friendly, and then it gets into its turret mode and just starts like screwing.
Beep boop, motherfucker.
Yeah, it starts screwing around. Then what happens is Blake gets in front of this tank, this fucking turret that's got a sentry gun on it, and does an emote which essentially has him lounging on the ground, and his
Throw
head,
me like one of your Widowmakers.
and, yes, exactly. And
French girls.
the best bit of all of this is his head is right in front of that turret. So Blake's lying on the ground. This turret's in prone. I come up, stroll up, see this happen, and then while it's lying on the ground, the turret just points down and shoots and fucking executes him on the spot. Like no movement, just Blake on the ground, turret fire, Blake's dead.
I'm fairly certain I proceeded to kill that Bastion afterwards, but I can't remember.
I wonder
Yeah.
if this is during the time when I was just trying to jump on top of all the vehicles and I just look and see everyone dead.
That would probably be
I
it.
think that was also the same session in which we played a game where all of us were Reaper and we all just stood in a circle outside.
This was a different game, but
No, the same session, but like we all stood out the circle outside their spawn and just teleported to each other in a pentagram fashion.
we got murdered. Like there was no contest, there's no footage of that, but we got murdered.
Didn't we have footage of that?
No, I don't think we did.
Yeah.
At least I don't have it.
Damn, that sucks.
That was a complete slaughter. And it's just fun doing that, where it's just like you walk up to skirmish and say, hi, friendship. Because we've had games like that in the past, where like one of the guys like just defects and just doesn't do anything, and we're friendly guy, where we're trying to kill the rest of their team.
I had one game, right, where it was Hanamura. So you know the first point was got the bell on it.
Yeah.
So
Actually, I was here for this. I think I know. I was
four
here
of
for
their
this.
team members on the enemy team decided they wanted to be friendly. This is in an actual game. Right?
Yeah, like during live, I was there. I was actually in this match.
Yeah.
In an actual game...
No, like not competitive, quick play.
Quick play.
So you can fuck around in that.
okay.
Anyway, four of them decided they wanted to be friendly, and they just went behind the point and sat down in this little circle, like behind the point.
Yep.
And they were all having
We were
fun
defending
with
in
each
this.
other.
For the record, we were defending.
Yeah, we were defending, they were attacking. And literally, there were just two members of their team who were trying to take the point, and there were just four of them who were trying to be friendly.
And one of them was a Pharah who, like, we were just all playing around. A Pharah who used her ultimate, which is just a rocket barrage, and slaughtered the entire team. Just complete and utter murder. And we have no footage of this, but I wish we did. Actually, better than that, there was another instance of this where where it was a payload map. We were the defensive team, and it was myself, you, and I think Joey, plus the rest of the guys.
With RP Jesus.
Yeah, with a guy by the name of RP Jesus, who essentially we decide. Oh, I don't know if there's footage of this again, but what we decide to do is
we don't have footage, but we do have a
Photo?
picture. Yeah, photo.
Oh, okay.
A photo of the totem pole.
Oh yeah, because what we tried to do is we tried to like stack like an enemy character and a friendly character on top of each other to create a huge tower using what was it? A Bastion, a Lucio, and some Pharahs.
Yeah, and I think Genji as well.
And maybe actually no, there was a Genji involved as well. So we got as high as we could get. And while this is happening, there's an actual match going on, and around the corner comes this fucking Pharah. We're all lined up, come around the corner, and a rocket barrage that murders everyone that's on our
And
team.
I assume that was play of the game.
It was.
I'm not kidding though. Like half the tower disappeared, but the other half stayed intact because we were staggered, right?
Mm-hmm.
There was like I was playing Bastion, I was at the bottom, but like it was enemy friend all the way up, so we wouldn't fall off of each other, right?
Yep.
And Farah just comes around, murders the entire tower, and then only her team is left, and they all just fall on top of each other. Like, you just knocks all, like, half the bits out of the tower with a hammer or something.
And I think everyone, like, that was on that group was just screaming at this Farah going, "You hate friendship, what the fuck are you doing? Mate, come on!"
Oh.
Well, you also gotta consider the concept of tryhards. Sorry, TF2, this happens all the time. This happens every second game.
No, I don't deny that, but I'm more making the point of Overwatch players hate friendship. That's the moral of this story. That is basically the moral of this story. Overwatch players hate friendship.
Maybe
We're
they're
gonna
gonna
do
focus
this
it
too.
too.
You know how there's a sexy Junkrat strategy, right?
Yep.
What's the sexy Junkrat strategy?
It's when you do that, like, taunt where it's draw me like one of your Widowmakers,
hide.
and you just hide in a bush, and it normally blocks the payload. Or a point.
Oh my god.
And it's an actual legitimate strategy. But the problem is, there is one problem with the strategy. Your opponents have to have good computers.
Why?
Because the bushes are removed if you have low settings on.
Lol.
So,
Anyway.
as long as you're playing against the PC Master Race, that strategy works.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay, it works especially well on console because all the consoles have the same settings.
Oh yeah, that would work.
That's beautiful. That is
But
just beautiful.
there was Numbani, first point, when you're capturing the Doomfist payload. We're playing against a team of all Mercies, right? Because we walked out the front. And
Why would you be playing against a team of all Mercies? All Zenyatas, we've seen that happen and go
All
terrible.
Mercy is a scary bunch of birds.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Wait,
Anyway.
what?
We walked out the front, there was no one there to defend. So we walked all the way to the point, and there was literally no one there. The team had appeared, so we pressed tab and we could see they were all Mercy, right? But there was no one there, so we walked on point. It was contested, but there's still no one there. So you know how there's this little bush in the little corner?
Yeah.
Like, it's got this little garden, this big
It was
bush.
like all of
There
them
were
sitting
all
down in one
6
spot.
Mercies were sitting inside this bush. They were all just like sitting there pretending they couldn't be seen, and our entire team just walked up to them.
And blew them up.
No, we didn't blow them up. We just walked and stood outside the bush and looked at them. And we're just like, really?
That's good. That's good. That's good.
It took them about 5 seconds before they started panicking. They all jumped up, tried to shoot us, died in about 3 seconds. Then we played a normal game from there on. But still.
Yeah, that is one of the sexy jump
I just love trolling. I just love it.
Oh,
Oh gosh.
I have also seen an interesting strategy on Hollywood. When you're pushing the payload, you know how there's a wooden cart
Yep.
that appears on Hollywood halfway through the western town. I've seen Junkrats do the sexy Junkrat strategy inside that cart.
Yep.
I need to look this up and get footage of just sexy Junkrat strategy. I've never
Just
heard of
look
this.
up Muselk. He does the most of them.
It's also just fun.
He's
watching...
pretty much the one that invented it.
It's also just fun watching trolls. Like there's a video where essentially, for those of you who know, there's a character called Symmetra whose ultimate is essentially to generate a teleporter. So she generates a teleporter, so when you die, you can go through this teleporter at your spawn point and end up where you need to be. There was a habit
off the edge of a cliff.
Yeah, there was a habit of that actually. That's my point. There was a habit of that for a long time where Symmetras would set teleporters so that you would go through and just fall off a cliff.
I'm actually surprised I didn't see that until recently because I thought, as soon as I saw it, it's like, this has been done in TF2 for years on end. How have I only just seen people doing this?
Well, Blizzard has actually done it now, so it's physically impossible for you to do that with Symmetra.
You can do it as Symmetra. No, because you have to be facing, essentially when you place the teleporter, it's orientated in the direction you're facing.
But you also have to be standing on the ground to place it.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, so you can be really, but the assumption there is you can be really close to the edge and just overshoot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the whole
It's
strategy.
possible, but they have now added a
No, 'cause-
reporting section for ability griefing.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, actually,
So-
yeah, I've done that in the past. I think I did it with you during a screw round game where
Yeah.
I ice walled. I was playing May and I essentially ice walled the the entrance to our spawn, so you could not leave.
Am I still on the camera? Yep. So,
Uh,
I'm not paying attention to the camera.
Yeah, you guys saw on camera.
So essentially this video is that's Symmetra doing that teleport thing, and then sitting with an emote on the side. And this guy, what he essentially does, he walks through the teleporter, sees he's just off the just on the edge of the cliff, and goes, "Oh, okay, so it's a cliff." And the Symmetra's sitting next to them, and he essentially just bunces this this character off. So it's, oh, look at that, so much fun, and just like pushes him off over the edge. Like, that's what you get. Like, that's what you fucking get. Yeah. So actually, did you have a story of like ability griefing where like a Mei walled you in?
Yeah, I was
Everyone
playing a
sees
competitive game, like an actual proper high gold tier competitive, and we were playing on Lijiang Tower, and it was into overtime. It was 2-2. We're on the last point, and I was playing Bastion.
Oh yeah, this was my competitive game, wasn't it?
I think so.
Yeah.
I was playing Bastion, and there was a particular Mei on our team that hated the fact that I was playing Bastion. And I have quite a bit of time in Bastion. I'm very good at him. So it wasn't me doing it to bring our team down. I was actually doing fairly well.
Like a Hanzo.
But I was actually doing fairly well as Bastion. But this Mei decided she hated me playing Bastion so much she'd wall me off in spawn with our tank during overtime. On the last point when it was 2-2, and this was our last chance to take it. It was 99 to 99% captured on the point. And she walled me and our Roadhog, which was our only tank, in an overtime.
Which was me at the time.
Wait, that was you?
Yeah, I was the Roadhog.
How colourful was the language after that?
Our entire team reported her.
Yeah.
Except
for me, because I actually don't know how to do that.
Yeah, I think half the enemy team did as well.
Yeah.
Like, did they say, like, how did the enemy team know this had happened?
Because I literally went, dude, our Mei walled me off in overtime.
Oh. Like how colourful? Okay, was that
quick play? It's a little more forgivable. That's in competitive,
and that was my first ever competitive game.
Oh my god!
And so far, my only, because I haven't had enough time to do it anymore.
God. Like, okay, was anyone on comms, and how filthy was the language?
No one was on comms, but there was a fair bit of filthy language in chat. Yes.
I would have gotten
was
on
from
my.
me, believe it or not.
I would have gotten on my mic, and I would have sworn up a storm. There is a blooper. There is blooper footage of last week's podcast where I have a huge Gordon Ramsay moment we have to it's bad enough that we cut off the footage at that point because
You're just cussing away.
Yeah.
That was a good moment.
Yeah, it was. I've never been truly salty in a match. I've had guys that were salty like that in a match, but it's just like. My one goal in Overwatch is to get essentially to use my ultimate to kill a shitload of people as D.Va, and then when knowing this is what's happened, then spray because D.Va's got essentially a salt sticker.
Yeah, you've said
spray it on the ground and and have that be the play of the game. Massive kills, look down, salt, game just.
I have had a lot of people be salty at me as Bastion. Because I tend to set up in places where I can't actually be hit until they've killed the rest of my team. So I usually have a game every now and then where I just wipe their team every single time they push, and it gets to a point where the entire enemy team is just so salty at me that they all jump to the point and they get rushed by all 6 players. They don't take the point because they get wiped by the rest of my team, but it gets to a point where they actively just all become flankers just so they can just kill me off to prevent me from setting up full stop. I've had one game where...
I've seen that with a Tracer before. I've seen that, we've played a Tracer before where we've done that.
I had one game where I was, we'd been doing this for a good half the game. I'd just been sitting on the point behind Hollywood. You know how you've got that room you come out of? I'd just been sitting there on Hollywood. And everyone who just walked into the point and just picked them off. And then the entire enemy team switched to Genji. And just all jumped me. So, yeah.
Wow.
That's a way of doing it?
Yep.
They didn't get the point, but...
that has to be the salt on top of all of this, is you don't get the point after doing that. Actually, I've played a couple... It's fun just to go as one character in Overwatch.
It depends on the character.
Harambe Swarm.
Oh.
So the last time you did that, you got killed by 3 of us. So, most people won't know this, but we had a particular game, I think it was against you?
Was it against me?
It was when we were Remember when we did that? It was 6v3.
Oh, yeah,
And-
this is the same game.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
It was
I
6v3.
forgot about this.
And all 6 of them went Harambe.
Winston.
Winston. Jesus.
Anyway.
Which is who
Our
is a
team,
Or
gorilla.
scientist.
Yeah,
Who is a gorilla, a scientist, and just a tank.
Our team had a Roadhog, a Torbjorn, which was me, and I forget what the last hero was.
Would have been a Junkrat.
Yeah, it was a Junkrat. We had a Roadhog, a Torbjorn, and a Junkrat. We didn't know what they were playing. So we just set up on the point. It was just the 3 of us. It was on Hollywood once again. And my turret was sitting up the top of a platform at the back that you can't actually reach unless you go up this, like, escalator. And
Then for my can I do this just for my thing? So we all decided to go Winston, like just for the hell of it. We get to a certain point on the other side of the there's the point, there's an alleyway, and then there's a wall adjacent, like parallel to that alleyway.
Mm-hmm.
We're on the opposite side of that wall. So they're on one side, we're on the other, and like Winston's got a super jump essentially. And what we do is essentially as we're going, like we come together, and as we're going over the thing, we yell, I think on the mics, Dixon!
Oh, God.
at that point, all 6 monkeys just come right over the wall, and we're like, oh shit. And then literally 10 seconds later, all 6 monkeys are running away because the slaughter which then ensued was beautiful.
I still say.
Oh, I can't color in with this.
I still say that you should have been Widowmakers.
Well, we didn't know what you were playing, but beside the point, none of us died that entire game except me once. Roadhog physically couldn't die. Even to 6 Winstons, he healed through it. Junkrat just never died. The amount of bombs he just popped off, the Winstons couldn't even get close. And my turret, they couldn't even reach the turret.
I don't think we ever tried.
No, I can't remember who it was, but one of your team members tried, and he couldn't jump high enough. He physically couldn't jump up to the turret.
Nice.
And my turret just sat there just picking off everyone one by one because no one could touch it. But to get to the point, you had to be in turret range. So you just saw 6 Winstons come in, and before they made it to the point, 2 of them would drop dead. A third one would get hooked, then die. A 4th one would get trapped, then blown up by Junkrat. And then the last 2 would make it to the point.
And get murdered anyway.
Nice.
Oh, God.
That was the summary of that game.
Uh,
That was a fun game.
it really was. Oh, God. That's why I love playing Overwatch. It's just being able to have fun, dick around when you want to, have fun with your mates, and just have just so many weird stories.
Okay. We should probably head off the Overwatch now, because we've been talking about that for a while.
Well, I was thinking, does anyone have any good ideas for Overwatch abilities?
Oh, actually, yeah, because you were talking about this earlier. The
Yeah.
Sombra's coming out.
Well, Summer's coming out, but yeah, obviously no one really knows what her abilities are going to be yet. So there's been a whole heap of interesting ideas floating around the internet, and I've come up with a couple of interesting ideas of my own.
She has to fuck with the HUD. Like, I can't, like,
That wouldn't be exciting enough, though.
True, but, like, she is a okay. For those of you that don't know, Sombra is a new character that's going to be released in Overwatch. There's been leaks.
Okay,
there's
so
been hints.
anyone
There's
who's
been an
playing
ARG.
Overwatch who doesn't know about Sombra, I don't know you anymore.
But if you don't play Overwatch, Sombra's a new character that's been announced that she is coming out. There's been an ARG that's involved a lot of coding, a lot of different she very much seems to be a hacker that seems to work for Talon, who's the evil guy. That's what I think.
Not quite working for Talon.
Because she and Reaper know each other pretty well.
She's a freelancer from what we've been told.
Okay,
yeah.
but so she's a hacker.
Yeah.
How that's the big thing is she seems to be a hacker. What does she hack?
Well, most recently she hacked America and their entire nuclear power plant facility.
No, but
and is currently overloading it to the point of a nuclear meltdown.
She has also hacked Bastion.
Oh yeah, that too.
No, but okay, more to the point though, that's in the lore of the story though.
Judging from what's happening, most likely it's not going to be in the lore of the story for much longer because...
Do you think Dorato's going to get fucked with?
Yeah, because she is overloading the nuclear power plant in Dorado, right?
On the Dorado map, yeah.
On the Dorado map.
How fucked do you think that's going to be?
Well...
Like, are they just going to get rid of that map? Because if it's a nuclear explosion, then what the fuck are we trying to do?
It's not a nuclear power plant, but it's still an overloaded power plant. So, currently, there's been minor updates to maps to go with the Sombra ARG. Like, they've changed newspapers and stuff like that. And, like, there's... especially on Dorado, they put up a lot of ads for America.
Yes.
Just all over the map. So, I wouldn't be surprised if in the next, like, major update, they change Dorado. Like,
how severely do you think?
Not in terms of the actual map itself, but in
the
terms
aesthetic.
of the aesthetics of it.
Either the aesthetics or what the goal actually is.
Yeah. Because currently your goal is to deliver a power core to the nuclear power plant.
Oh, that's not happening yet, if that's true.
Well, currently the ARG is set at the exact same time as the game. So, in the ARG, we actually saw Junkrat and Roadhog steal all the money from that safe in Dorado. There's, like, security footage of it.
Yeah.
So, it's set at the exact same time that we're delivering the power core, or just after we've delivered the power core on Dorado. Meaning that the new power plant, which they just set up, is being overloaded. Or at least one of them is. You see there's tons of them all over the hills if you look outside Dorado. So they don't necessarily have to do something on the map itself, but they could have, like, smoking craters on the other ones. Who knows?
Holy shit, that's a bit more extreme than I was thinking.
But something that a lot of people probably haven't realized by now is stuff has actually been added to the game without people noticing. Like, there's a new spray that's been added to the game that's Sombra's Skull.
Yep.
Yeah.
That was added without anyone noticing. Just the sprays went from, like, I think it was 26 per character to
27.
To 27.
Mm-hmm.
And it just got added because we figured out a certain part of the ARG, so it got unlocked as a reward from Sombra. And stuff like that. And so, I mean, all these little changes all over maps and, like, bits on Volskaya Industries, Dorado, stuff like that. Just little minor changes, like the newspapers read out different things.
Actually, it's kind of interesting, though, that under that concept that, like, the game itself, though repeated several times, is working in real time.
Yeah.
Like, that's actually kind of cool to think about. Like, isn't it? Like, like the game's history is running in real time, so changes and stuff that happens is actually...
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
It's sort of like how the in TF2 there was a slight addition to the sniper model after the Meet the Spy video, sort of thing.
But like that was still not real time. That was a reference to another form of content. This is like a real time.
Yeah, like I remember last week I hadn't played for a week, and then I came into the game and played on Dorado, and there was Lumerico ads everywhere. I'm like, what is this?
Yeah.
Why is this everywhere? What?
Yeah.
And that was because the ARG, Lumerico, had just launched an advertising campaign. So
that's nuts.
It was plastered everywhere all over Dorado, and that was pretty damn cool, in my opinion.
Actually, something... Yeah, so... Actually, I remember your reaction on Saturday when you saw a huge update. Like, there was a... Because you preemptively download patches.
Yeah.
And I remember your reaction when you saw, like, this huge-ass patch coming in. You were essentially going... Sombra. Sombra.
So my computer has the settings set to download patches in the background preemptively, and it just quietly downloaded a 1.3 gig update recently for no apparent reason.
And
about
immediately
last
you just
Saturday.
think,
I'm just like, hello 1.3 gig update. What are you adding to this game? Yeah, pretty much that. And that wasn't even on the PTR or anything. That was just for the actual game.
Yeah.
The PTR itself has some interesting additions, but it's updating separately.
I just need to... this is going to move into... I'm going to move this into like what we were doing at the time, because we were playing... You've gotten me into Dungeons and Dragons, weirdly enough.
oh yeah.
I will corrupt you all.
Well, here's the thing, like, I actually want to talk about that because it's not, like... It's got a bad rep, in a way. It's got a very big stigma to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And... I definitely had that opinion a little bit, but there's two
Before
things.
we start, I'll be recording.
We are recording.
Yeah, we're still recording.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
Why would you wonder anything else?
I was just checking because we have done this before.
Oh,
we
God.
have.
Anyway, back to the whole D&D thing.
Well, we've got audio at least, so there's that.
It's definitely recording. You can see stop recording.
Yeah,
What he
so-
was seeing was the start streaming.
Yeah. But what's been going on essentially is, so before you got me into actually playing itself, I was listening to a Rooster Teeth, like a Rooster Teeth journey called Heroes and Halfwits, and it kind of got you. That type of stuff breaks down stigma. So for me, for those everyone essentially knows what Dungeons and Dragons is, but all it seems to be from an outside perception is a bunch of nerdy guys with sheets in a basement rolling dice and imagining you're someone else.
Yeah. And attempting to get bugs not to rape them.
I wasn't going to go that far, but
Let's move on from that.
that's another story for another day, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's a long story behind that one.
Okay, anyway.
Not so long, but that's so. But the reality of it is it's okay. Dungeons and Dragons is you make a character with some interesting with stats based on what you want to do with it. Just that's up to you, and then you've got a story.
Yes.
And basically, my perception is you go with that story, but you do whatever the hell you want along the way.
Yeah.
And whatever you want to do is based on just dice rolls. That whatever you want to do is not the I'm suddenly I'm suddenly a Tormund Jackalheart or some shit like that. That is the name of the character, but more along the lines of I'm not this guy. I'm just playing around with this. It's a bit like for me, it's a bit like what I think. For me, video games are essentially movies where the player is the actor. They still have the character while they're playing in the game, but their perception is like the actor. They've got a script, they've got a role, they've got to do these type of things, and they can do more in open sandbox stuff.
But they're also partially the director.
Depends on what you want to do. And D&D is kind of similar.
It's like an action trigger
player than actor.
Well, more along the lines of you've got this character, you've got this character, but you don't inherently have to be that character.
Yeah.
And you have stuff that's going on around you, but you don't have to. And you are kind of taking it with your own approach. It's not fully scripted, but it's semi-scripted.
It's like a Telltale game.
Yeah, you have the ability to. The difference is you have the ability to fully change the story.
Depending on
depending on what you do.
And that's all it is. There's no. I'm not. I haven't suddenly grown. Like a pair of dollars with tape in the middle, like butt keys, and then a shitload of acne and. Well, actually, I need to go to the gym to be honest, but lack of physical ability and all that. And the point is just there's that stigma, and I actually spoken to you guys I want to do a BJCK series with that. And
I'd be up for it.
You two said you're gonna look into it and just start working on it, see what you can do, and hopefully I bribed Spencer into doing it as well. So currently there are 6 of us. They're working with me. There's myself, Daniel, you 3, and Spencer. I bribed Spencer. Actually, all 3 of you guess how I bribed Spencer.
Alcohol.
I was gonna say that.
Or cards.
All 3, half right.
Okay.
Okay. I made a card which was essentially those punch cards at Subway or coffee.
Yeah.
Oh.
You didn't make a Heineken one, did you?
No. Let me explain what I did.
Okay, what'd you do?
What I did was I made this card, essentially a punch card, which is anytime Spencer wants me to take a shot, I will take that shot and it will be marked off on the punch card.
Everyone makes you take shots.
No, Spencer in particular.
He tries a lot. So we went to a Halloween party about a week ago, and Spencer spent half the night trying to get Chris to take shots.
Yeah.
He's gonna be.
This is going to get me fucked.
You don't have enough cards.
I don't know. It's just the one card. And agrees that he gives it a shot, and we record this.
He's gonna make you take shots during Dungeons and Dragons.
He's got 20. No, he only has 20 shots to do it.
Okay. What you should have done is every time you should have done a punch card like Subway, but every time he does a D&D session, he punches one off, and you have those free drinks. You should have done that free 5 shots.
And he stacks it on.
No, I don't want to die.
No.
That would stack up.
Yeah, he'll stack it up until the 20th one, and then make you take those shots.
He can't already do that with this card.
No. Well, he can do it up to 20 shots.
Yeah, exactly.
That's 1, maybe 2 bad nights at best, and then that's it, and it's done. And it's not so.
Unless he brings a thing of alcohol to the last D&D session we do and makes it a special.
To be honest, I am not against bringing alcohol.
Yeah,
to D&D
I'm not
sessions.
against that either.
Just a bottle of beer or something. Just have
as long as it doesn't get out of hand, it should be fine.
out of hand. Like, you really want to argue about going out of hand?
Spencer and alcohol.
Oh, right, the first podcast.
Yeah.
Right,
Really?
the first podcast. Yeah, so there was that, and
That's looking pretty good.
Pretty much just finished.
yeah, Blake has drawn. Blake has drawn Blake.
Yeah,
from
Blake has
Ruby.
drawn Blake.
Blake has drawn his namesake.
Yeah, from Ruby. So I'll probably put a photo of that up. And okay,
New outfit.
there's one more thing I want to put up on this podcast.
Pirate outfit.
I'm going to break a rule we made in episode 1.
We made
Okay.
rules.
There's one rule.
Okay,
There was one key rule that we haven't.
I
that we
can't-
made in episode 1 that
that-
we haven't broken
and
since.
that is
I can't get political.
Yeah.
No, we made another key rule. No revealing personal information.
There's that too.
Oh, that too, but
There's
we
that
made
too,
that.
but that's
That
besides
made that in episode 0, let alone
Yeah, fair
episode
point.
1.
Yeah.
Episode 1, we realized
I can't
we can't
get
do
political.
political.
I just this once, because for the love of God, it's 1 week away from the US election,
Oh,
Yeah.
this is gonna be fun.
and
What?
I think there's my perception of politics as a whole has changed over the past 6 months.
Has it gone from liking it to wishing it didn't exist?
Not really, but the way I perceive certain things, like you heard me go on about this
Yes.
last night. I think Donald Trump's gonna win, and I think I don't support him. I don't support either of them, but I think he's going to win, and I think there's a valid reason why outside people are racist.
and that is
Okay, I was expecting. Okay, here's the big picture for me. Here's the thing. Trump. There's 2 reasons. One is something like, if you guys want to follow and up on anything I'm saying, go to kindafunny.com. Go to kindafunny. It's a YouTube channel. They're Gamer Go Geek Show, and look up anything on the presidential debates. A guy named Colin Moriarty is the main guy that I'm getting. I kind of get some of this from, and I agree with some of the opinions. He's a conservative type of guy. I generally think I'm a bit
we'll probably
more
put a
moderate.
link in the description.
Probably.
Probably.
Anyway,
Okay, so there's 2 things. First off is something called the Shy-Tory effect.
and
And
that is
the Shy-Tory effect is something that was invented in the British Parliament period, which
Okay.
essentially during the British Parliament election, where the polls said that the Labour Party over there
Well, right.
was going
that's
to win. Was going to win. The polls said it all. They were going to lose to the Tories, which is the Conservative movement. It turned out to be the exact opposite way, and the big reason why is because a lot of people were shouting down Tories as bigots, xenophobes, etc. There was a lot of negative connotation to them. So when it came to polling, people weren't going to say they supported those guys, but they were going to vote for it with the confidentiality of a typical vote.
Yeah.
I think that applies to Trump as well. Since the campaign, it's like another big example of this is the Brexit, the British exit, where a majority of polls said, "Oh, they're going to stay, they're going to stay, they're going to stay."
Nope.
But since the Leave campaign was tied to xenophobia and all that, less people were going to say it, and as a result, we had the polar opposite of what the polls said. Like, the swing was completely reversed. In Trump's case, I don't think that's much different. I think that since the campaign itself has been tied to racism, xenophobia, sexism, a majority of it, I think, for Trump himself is well deserved. For Trump himself, and I'm going to get to why I say that him himself is well deserved. People aren't going to say they vote for it. They're not going to say it because they know they'll be shouted down, they'll be labelled, etc. So you're not going to do it. Again, I want to preface all this saying, I do not support Donald Trump or the campaign he runs. I think it's disgusting. I think a lot of what he says is disgusting. I don't think he has a platform. He actually knows what the fuck he's doing. I think
both
that
of them are just.
I don't like Clinton
idiots.
either. I don't like Clinton. I don't trust her, etc. I think there's plenty
There's
of
been a
issues.
recent development in that.
The WikiLeaks.
No. From that, there was a guy, I can't remember, he's currently under investigation.
Anthony
for-
Weiner.
That guy. He's currently under investigation for pedophilia.
Well, yeah, for sexting a 15-year-old girl, he has
Pretty
had
much.
several occasions where he has essentially had his photos of him taking like dick pics and shit like that
Yeah.
released on the internet by his own stupidity, to the point where even his wife, who stayed faithful to him, Huma Thurman or something like that, Huma Aberdeen, who is a very close Clinton advisor, has even divorced him. Like, this after several times. Like, it fucked him over when he was a congressman, it fucked him over when he was running for mayor, and it fucked him over again just even more recently when he's literally just doing nothing and it's just fucking with him again.
Exactly that. But anyway,
And
Hillary Clinton is now involved in those allegations because, according to the FBI, there may be a possible link there.
there's more emails from that case like that we didn't know. more.
But get this, they won't know whether she's actually involved with it or not
Till after the
elections.
I'm sorry, I just don't find Clinton trustworthy. Like, I don't like Trump.
I don't like either of them.
I don't like either of them. I don't. Okay, if we were going down to pure raw policy, I'd probably sit with Clinton pretty firmly. But no, policy. In terms of policy in terms of a democratic, at least socially democratic, the social side of the Democrats.
Okay.
They don't blow money as much as some more liberal sides over here. But there are policies that I agree with. There are certain lines in the sand I don't agree with, but that's general. Again, I follow my opinion, not my political preference.
If I had to vote in America, I'd currently be voting for a third party.
I think a lot of people would be. I would be too, to be honest. But Clinton in herself has had several issues, and this is like people will argue, oh, that's tied to sexism and that's tied to her being a woman. I don't disagree. There are several people that are slowing that down. I still think that I would not trust a male candidate with the same history. There's the issues with the Benghazi. There's the emails which have been constant and overgrowing. There's been what else? There's just the fact that it like cringeworthily out of touch in several ways. I feel like there are ties. She is bought and sold by people like on Wall Street, and that's I don't actually get a vote in this. I don't vote. I shouldn't have an opinion on this. I think the fact that I spent several years in Alabama means that I have a penchant for being interested in this, just because American politics is fun to watch. A lot more fun to watch than Australian, at least.
Yeah.
Because in Australian politics, you generally slam the politicians for the policy and the shit they say relative to that policy.
Yeah.
Yeah, for us,
in America,
it's more like a comedy show.
In America...
No, in America it's more like...
Yeah, America it's more like a comedy show because...
No, I meant
it's not because...
For us watching America's politics, it's more like a comedy show.
Yeah, because it's like crazy shit they say, crazy shit they do. Usually none of it, and usually it's not even... Usually the policies related to it are nuts.
And normally perfect timing.
Yeah, and then there's just the pushes, like the things they say, I'm bothered in some ways by attacks on both Trump and Clinton that are irrelevant. So there's that whole small hands thing that's tied to his dick and shit like that where just there's no point, and people going after
the fact that he actually responded to that.
that I do find kind of stupid. But
he literally went. He's like, I can assure you there is nothing wrong with the size, mate. I'm like,
why did you say that on that?
Why?
Because that's where current politics stands. And so you were saying so the emails and all that.
Well, I do think specifically for this election, I think the media has been trying. I just think people in general have been trying to dredge up as much bad stuff about both candidates as possible because
the media does that. The media's gotten
but also the fact of this is sort of the two perfect candidates to do that with.
Yeah. Well, they are the least favorable candidates.
Yeah.
To ever run in a US outside, I think a guy back in the 60s who was a full-blown racist.
Yeah, I'm not talking about that. I know the media does it with every election. I mean specifically this election. I think they've overdone themselves. They're really trying to pull out bad crap about
they're the reason that Trump is even here to be in some respect.
I have heard one good thing from each candidate. One.
Yeah,
and I can't even remember what each one of those were.
I think at this point the media is just deliberately fanning the flames.
But at this point, and beyond that, for me, I think beyond that, it also allows for me. It allowed me to gauge a spectrum on where the media actually sits. So you can tell who some of the really liberal sources are. You can tell who some of the very conservative sources are. You can tell who's very middle ground. You can tell who's just tries to goes on logic. Mm-hmm. So and this is going to tie into why I haven't been bashing Trump supporters, because this again goes back to the Colin Moriarty discussion, which is again look up Kind of Funny, and it's a very smart discussion. Yada.
We are not sponsored by Kind of Funny.
We are not sponsored by Kind of Funny or any other political party.
Hashtag could be an ad.
Hashtag could be an ad. Yeah. So. I feel sorry. I actually have sympathy for Trump support for actual serious Trump supporters that there are racists within the group. Obviously, there are xenophobes within the group. The KKK just recently endorsed them.
Yeah.
Well, fuck.
him. But
On that note, kind of funny. If you do want to sponsor us, feel free to send us a message.
yeah, no, they don't.
No.
No. They wouldn't care about 50 viewers seeing.
They wouldn't. I don't think. Yeah, just like we like giving shout outs and shit like that.
Hopefully that doesn't.
No,
that doesn't really do anything. Anyway.
More
It
to
did
the
enough.
point.
Oh.
Here's the reason. There's a big reason why people vote for while looking to vote for Donald Trump outside of all the shit he's said.
Outside of it would be an entertaining term.
There is that too. Well, for some people, but
Okay, but what's the reason?
because he's a political outsider, and that's not in the sense of he's not in the he's not in the political system, and not because it's him, but because it's someone. And my point more to that is more, none of us really know what it's like to live in a insanely small town in a rural area. Like not like, well, you might, but like
I grew up in an insanely small town.
okay, well, like where
And I've been around.
no,
but
okay,
otherwise,
but okay, was the town you lived in like based on one industry specifically? Like
Kinda. It depended how far out you went. So specifically the town I grew up in, not really, but towns like a couple of kilometers out, very much so.
more
There
those
was a town
towns.
out that was like it was just 4 houses.
Well,
that was the
more
entire
what
town.
more what I'm talking about is there are like America definitely most certainly have is made up. There are major cities, but there's also a majority that are small rural communities that are based around one specific interest, like a coal mine or a lumber yard
Yes.
or a manufacturing plant.
Yes.
And those people don't, and those people are not well, like they're not as well off as a lot of us. Like
Yeah.
even now, even right now, like where we're just uni students, some of us are bet like
Yeah.
etc. Like even then, like we have no clue where they sit in terms of like making ends meet, eating, etc. And the quality of lifestyle they get. Like
in terms of the people in the coal mine, I think they have a significantly higher quality of life than we do. But in terms of other ones,
well,
yeah.
maybe in Australian standards, but American
we don't
miners
know.
get paid a lot,
in Australia
just in general.
depends on again. That really.
Anyway,
Mining
okay.
is a very
Anyway,
dangerous
continue,
job.
continue.
Well,
Safe
okay,
to
but
make, yeah.
these communities have a lot focused on these type of industries, and just for preface, I think liberals look at the forest while conservatives look at the trees. You need to do both. So why I'm saying this in terms of Trump is when you have big picture issues like very specifically free trade and the greenhouse and the environment. Global warming, yeah, is probably the best word for it. You get some, you don't always consider the little guy, especially when you say you have to close down these coal mines and you have to close down these manufacturing. You close down the factories because they move and all that, and those small towns then will go into economic ruin. Essentially, the industry's gone. You can't rely solely on services. You can't rely solely on service because that just creates a vacuum.
Yep.
You need money coming in. So as a result, these guys are in dire straits, and honestly, no one really listens to that. You don't hear, like in Australia, you do, because you hear a lot more about coal mines closing down. You hear more about like factories closing down. You hear about all that.
Yes.
Because we're a smaller population.
And debates over that subject.
Yeah, because we actually talk about it more. So that's not as prevalent in Australia. In America, it's a lot more prevalent. You don't hear about it when the coal mine closes down too much. You don't hear about it when these guys move. Or at least you don't hear about it excruciatingly on a national scale.
No.
So when these guys get fucked, they're not listened to in that regard. And beyond that, these tend to, like, the tendency is, not always applicable, but they generally be white communities. So there's the concept of, socially, of white privilege and stuff like that, where these guys are getting fucked, but when they complain and they're saying the way life is changing, you just don't want, like, black people to have rights or gay people to have rights. Okay, there is probably going to be a social matter there, especially when you look at those communities where usually church and stuff like that are the main grounding points. So there are major discussions to be had there, and but people are getting fucked, and it's across the board. Like in the city, like I'm not saying that like we don't have a right to complain. We do. We have issues. We have issues that need to be talked about. But in America, more specifically, I think there are issues that don't get talked about, and those people are pissed that they're not being listened to. and they're legitimate issues that aren't being listened to. So these are people that have lost their industry and gotten fucked by it. There is a people who like the veterans treatment over there is disgusting, and that's like the treatment and there needs to be balance there. You can't give one thing priority, and there's the perception that you should have to give one thing priority. You need to give everything priority. You have to balance it all.
Yeah.
But what Trump is essentially a brick is a lot of people voting saying this current system has fucked us. We don't want that system anymore. We don't want these people that go in and try and go for re-election and all that because they don't want it. It's essentially this is a metaphor I put up yesterday. It's essentially if I'm throwing apples at you, if I'm giving you apples to feed for a long time, you're going to get sick of apples. You might get an intolerance to apples. If you're getting sick and you're getting fucked by it, and then I offer you a banana, everyone's going to want the banana, no matter how shit that banana. Because even if inside that peel is just complete and utter shit. You get what I mean?
I suppose, yes.
And that's why I feel like a lot of people are voting for more. There is the racist stuff. There is no doubt that a lot of what Trump said has been taken literally, but it's because a lot of people are sick of getting screwed, and this guy has essentially gone, I will stay there, I will fix it, I will make your life better, and I will fix that problem that's fucking you. And whether that's accurate or not, I don't think it's accurate. I don't think he really knows what the fuck he's doing.
I don't think it matters.
It doesn't matter because that's better than he's a guy on the outside saying he's going to fix the problems that are fucking you.
Yeah, and
that's why that's enough. That's more than enough.
So, the way I see it, either way, after this election, America is going to pretty much be fucked and fall apart one way or another.
Yeah, I saw an interesting image later on. One of the RuneScape memes saying the condition of Australia after the elections. Basically, take the wilderness of RuneScape, that black and charred mess, and put it in America.
But the difference is whether America stays screwed up or manages to rebuild itself afterwards.
It'll be interesting because I see it going a few ways. I think if Trump wins, I don't know what's going to happen, to be honest. I think that Trump will damage America's reputation on the international scale by a lot.
A lot of that has very interesting consequences because currently the United States is a superpower and a fairly hefty one at that. Depending on what Trump or Hillary, depending on who gets elected, does, they may no longer be a superpower, and that will leave a power vacuum.
I think more than that. More for me is along the lines of Trump could say, Hillary can do what Trump can say. Trump can say things that will piss off more people. Where Hillary can do damage as well.
Yeah,
he can do damage.
Like starting World War III.
Well, depends. Again.
As I said,
but the reality of it is, if you're getting fucked, okay, if you're getting all of us getting fucked by something.
Yeah.
And no matter how hard, how gentle, how big or how small it is, a dick is still a dick, and we're still getting fucked by it.
Yeah.
It's the question of whose dick is being handled. On American side, it's whose dick's being handled. And there is a large group of people that are still being heavily fucked, relatively uncontained. And as a result, those people are the ones voting for Trump, saying, you don't need to be fucked anymore.
The thing I'm most worried about, from an outside perspective, is, assuming Trump wins, for example, he is now the leader of America, right? Now, that comes with it a certain number of problems. He is now America's representative to the world. If he continues with his current state of things and the racism and all that he's got going, there's a very high chance he's going to unnecessarily antagonize a lot of countries.
That was what I was talking about earlier by what he says.
Yeah, and
but I don't think either will get anything done because it looks like based on polls that the Democrats might win the Senate.
Yeah, we should just be hiring the Dalai Lama and the Buddhists and stuff to run countries.
Yeah. Wait, no, not Buddha.
Why?
It played Civilization.
No, that's Gandhi. That's Gandhi.
Oh yeah, that's Gandhi. Yeah. Never mind.
Something different.
You launches nukes.
Oh god,
we don't want to give him nukes.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see. I just think that I don't like Donald Trump. I don't like Hillary Clinton. If I had that choice, I wouldn't vote for either. But I do think I think antagonizing antagonizing people based on who they support is not right because you don't know who they are, don't know where they sit.
Anyway,
I think you're right. I don't think America is going to go one of two ways. If Trump wins, there's going to be on the world stage at the very least a big shift in terms of who sits where. If Clinton wins, I don't think Trump's going to take that line down. I think there will be fight back. I think there'll be a huge fight back.
Didn't he say he was going to sue the government if he doesn't make it in?
No, I think he said more than that. He said more than that.
His supporters have said if he doesn't win, they will actively attempt a coup, and he has encouraged them.
Yeah.
Well, I was thinking World War III was going to start, but I did not consider a civil war.
They're literally going to take the Second Amendment into their own hands the way it was meant to be.
Genuinely, when in the last debate, when they were saying, would you accept would you accept the outcome of this debate? Trump said, I will let you know at the time. I will keep you in suspense. And then he later said, I will accept the outcome of the election if I win.
Okay.
I'm just going to tell you this. We've got the current choice laying before us. We've got World War III or a second American Civil War.
We don't have... and on that note, I think it's about time we wrap up.
Yeah, enough with the politics.
So that's
Thank you all for joining us.
That is the one time this is what happens when you break that. When I broke that rule, and this is what happened.
You broke the politics cause.
So next episode will be in a bomb shelter.
Well, if you get a green screen, I can make that.
Yep.
Well, we'll talk.
Well, you may not need a green screen depending on who wins.
Good point. So thank you, sexy people, for watching, and we will see you guys in 2 weeks.
Probably.
See ya.
Yeah. We may not see you in 2 weeks. If we do, we may also see you in person in the bomb shelter we are all living in.